Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another watch list. Basically, think of this as a monthly TV guide for me to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in that maybe you're interested in are coming out. Like always, in the description down below, I'll include links to any trailers that might be available to anything that I bring up during this watch list. First up, on November 3rd on HBO Max, we have Titans Season 4, which I'm very excited about. It seems like this season we're really leaning into the occult angle of the DC universe. Obviously, I think Brother Blood's going to be one of the main antagonists, as well as Lex Luthor making his first appearance in the continuity that is Titans. And so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what that story means. Once again, just because some of the occult stuff seems like obviously it's leaning towards Rachel's side of things, and obviously Lex Luthor's kind of getting in the mix of that. So the last thing you want is Lex Luthor with powers and stuff, and messing with the occult and stuff, and just obviously Lex and his relationship with Connor, everything that's going on with Gar. Obviously, the Titans picked up Tim last season, so him training to be Robin and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be really interesting to see what goes down this season. On November 4th on Netflix, we have part 1 of the final season of Manifest, which I'm so pumped about. I'm so glad that Manifest got a second chance on Netflix. Obviously, picking up in the aftermath of a lot of stuff. Obviously, the passengers are finding out more and more of just what's really going on, especially of a lot of these trials. Obviously, we are dealing with a little bit of a time skip thing after the season 3 finale left off with some major cliffhangers. This season is getting divided up. I know originally there was 20 episodes. I don't know if that ended up changing, so I'd expect like a 10 and 10 situation, but that depends on if it's still like 20 episodes. It's definitely going to be a longer season, but I'm excited to see. I am going to have to jump back in and kind of probably watch a recap to refresh my memory about everything that went down in season 3. But I do remember at least one of the major things and how that ties into Cal's circumstances of him being gone and coming back, was it 5 years older or something like that. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where this final season takes us, how this mystery ultimately wraps up, and all the reveals behind everything. Also on November 4th, also on Netflix, we have a new series, Lookism, anime. Is actually based on a webtoon that I'm fairly familiar with. It's been a couple years, but I read a pretty good chunk of Lookism because I think it's still ongoing. But the basic premise is there's this, I don't know what his name is in the anime. I think in the webtoon, it's Daniel. And basically, he's kind of a chubbier kid that gets bullied in school. And I forgot what the circumstances were, but somehow he was able to, perfect body was created. And he's able to kind of reinvent himself. Basically, he's able to bounce between the two bodies. And so, basically, his original body's at home while he's in his new body reinventing himself at school and stuff like that. And so it becomes a series of him, balancing, this new, powerful, athletic, popular body, while also dealing with the fact is he's still got his original body, and kind of what to do is he kind of, ends up balancing both sides of these lives. So it's a really, really interesting story, and I'm really excited and glad to see it got, adapted. On November 10th, we have, on Netflix, we have Warrior Nun Season 2. Warrior Nun is that series I've been meaning to check out, and since Season 2 is right around the corner, I might as well check it out. I'm not well versed enough to really know the full story. Obviously, I know it's about warrior nuns. The one thing I do know that, obviously, it's based on a comic book series, but the comic book has a very, anime aesthetic to it. So it kind of pays homage to anime and has a real anime vibe and feel to it. But yeah, with the new season around the corner, I feel like this is the best opportunity to jump into season 1 to really get a feel of it. On November 11th on Prime, we have this new series called The English. It's basically a woman kind of out getting revenge because I think her family, maybe specifically her husband or something, was murdered, and she's working, I don't know the full circumstances of it, but she's working with this guy to basically go on a bloody spree on getting revenge and killing everyone associated with it. It seemed the little I'm remembering of the trailer, because it's been a little while, it seemed bloody, it seemed interesting, it's got Emily Blunt in it, so seemed really interesting, so I'm excited to check it out. On November 13th on Paramount Plus, we have a new series called Tulsa King. Now, I watched a teaser a while back, but I never watched the official trailer, and I'm probably not going to, especially at this point, but I know it's starring Sylvester Stallone. I believe he was kind of associated with the mob, but then basically he ended up getting out of that game, or maybe he went to prison. But either way, now he's going to like kind of run things on his own. Like, I don't remember if he was a boss or maybe he was a foot soldier. Now he's coming back to run things as a boss. But it's another Taylor Sheridan series, obviously. The Yellowstone, Mayor of Kingstown. This is one of the other like bulk of series that he's writing and part of for creating and writing for Paramount Plus. So it's Sylvester Stallone mob series. I'm like, yo, I'm excited. On November 16th on Freevee, once again, if you're unaware, Freevee being what was originally formerly IMDb TV. God, I always as IMDb TV, sorry. We have season 2 of Leverage Redemption, which I'm super excited about. Now, this is based on some like general stuff, like scheduling stuff saying that this is happening. But at this time, I don't think, I mean, at least last time I checked, there was no trailer out. Maybe by the time this goes up, which will be Monday, it's Friday at the time you're recording this, maybe there is something out there and I just wasn't aware of. I'm excited. I forget how much I love Leverage until like Leverage Redemption came back around and be like, oh yeah, like I love Leverage because I even rewatched the entire series in preparation for Redemption, and it's just more Leverage, and that's all I needed. So I'm curious to see what direction Leverage Redemption. Obviously, it's like everything left off on a conclusive answer, but obviously there's still like, it's kind of like the original Leverage. Every season, for the most part, with some exceptions, but most of the seasons ended on a conclusive enough thing of like, yeah, if we don't get another season, there's a conclusive enough into the story. So certain characters I'm curious to see if they're going to come back or not. Specifically like Noah Wiley's character, like where his story is, he kind of walked away, but maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. What the overarching story this season is going to be. Sophie ended up dealing with a lot of like the Nate stuff last season, so I don't know if there's going to be any carry over this season. Will she be moving forward a little bit this season? I'm just curious to see in totality what ends up happening. November 17th on AMC Plus. AMC and AMC Plus, we have Gangs of London Season 2, which I'm very excited about. If you've not seen Gangs of London Season 1, you should. It's a really good show, like high-octane, like action, crime drama. It gets like, it's like some Daredevil, like there's some blood and broken bones. It's like that type of action, like, oh, like it gets down and dirty type of action. So, obviously, Elliot, obviously we found out about certain aspects about Elliot, and he found himself in some really interesting circumstances by the end of the season, and some choices that he's made that I'm curious to see the continuation of that, the ramifications for that in a long run. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch season 1 because it's been a while. It is gonna be on AMC and AMC Plus, so they're probably going to like, I don't because I know it already aired in like the UK and stuff, but either way, whatever the airing circumstances are here, whether like they ended up editing the episodes a little bit like they did in the AMC runs or whatever. Either way, I'm very, very excited to ultimately see what this season has in store for us, because I have not seen a trailer and I probably won't either. So on November 23rd on Netflix, we have the Wednesday Addams show, which I'm so excited about. Obviously, I believe there is an official trailer out, but the only thing I watched was a teaser trailer, and that's all I needed. Obviously, it's a show focusing entirely on Wednesday, basically because she has gotten expelled from every other school she's gone to, and there's like a very specific academy she's been sent to that's supposed to kind of fit more so her, but she's like, no, this academy won't break me, I'm gonna break it. The best example I use is like, it definitely gives me like Addams Family's values. Addams Family Values, was that the second movie from the 90s? It definitely gives me kind of vibes like her and Pugsley ended up going to like a camp, so it kind of gives me those vibes. But just when I saw on the teaser trailer, that was enough to make me go, yep, I'm so excited for this. So this is gonna be the first like Addams Family thing I've watched, because I know there've been the animated movies, but I've never actually seen them. I should take time to watch them, but it's the first Addams Family related thing I think I've seen since the movies in the 90s, and I haven't seen those since I was a little kid. So this is pretty dope to kind of jump back into the Addams Family in this way, and it looks so good, and just from what we've seen. So I'm very, very excited. And finally, on November 25th on Disney Plus, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. The trailer just dropped, what, maybe 2 days ago at the time of recording this? I think it dropped Tuesday. Either way, doesn't matter. I'm very excited about this. I knew it was coming out, but we hadn't heard anything about it. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, boom, the trailer's out. It's like, okay, no fanfare, no build-up. It's like, no, we're just going to randomly drop it. I am so excited. Obviously, this, like I said in my trailer discussion, is almost like a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.9 or something. Because it's like, right, obviously with the whole Gamora situation being what it is in the aftermath of Endgame, obviously Star-Lord's kind of down in the dumps, and so the Guardians, very specifically Mantis and Drax, want to, you know, celebrate Christmas, especially because it's Christmas time on Earth, and they want to make him happy. And as we can tell from the trailer, that involves kidnapping Kevin Bacon. So feels like it's just more Guardian shenanigans in this special, much like we got with Werewolf by Night. So I thought this is just a nice thing for the holidays. I'm very, very excited to ultimately see kind of what shenanigans ends up happening, and just like the fun time we have, because you guarantee it's the Guardians, it's our favorite misfits in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so you know it's going to be a fun time. And so that brings this month's watch list to an end. Like always, if there's something that's coming out that maybe I wasn't aware of, that you're aware of, that maybe you think me or someone else would be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments down below. But really, that's all I want to talk about. So the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.